Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
And welcome. I'm not even going to tell you what episode yet, because it's time for BJ and Bill, the podcast. And if I say Steely Dan, I know you know what I'm talking about.
As big, huge Steely Dan fan as I am, I'm not sure I would have got it. But when you said it a few moments ago before we started to record, hey, 19, I love that. I love that. Steely Dan, hey, 19. We're on episode 19.
I don't know if there's any songs with the word 20 in them. But
now don't make me go to Google so soon in the show here. Do not make me start searching for this, because you know I will. All right, song lyrics 20. Hang on.
And also, it's the last week I'll be able to use my fingers and toes, and then we are in so much trouble.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Songs about turning 20, songs about being in your. All right. So next week, I promise I will have.
You will have
a search. You know, you do a Google search and you get 664,000 results in 0.55 seconds. So not making that number up. It's true. But so we'll find out. 20. Okay, good.
Well, again, welcome to episode 19. My friends. Hard to believe.
It is. It really is. That's amazing.
So how has your week gone? Now, do we have an update on your mystery company or whatever you're.
I guess we started talking about that last week. Yeah, I was in network marketing and MLM and all of that crazy stuff for a lot of years and didn't really do anything with it, but I enjoyed the people and it was fun and all of that. But so one of my network marketing old buddies called me up a couple of weeks ago and said he's making some money with something that's not. You're not selling lotions and potions, and you're not selling, whatever. So yes, in fact, as soon as this podcast recording is done, I'll be sending out about 100 emails to local businesses here in my neighborhood in Gainesville. And then I'm also putting together emails to talk to people all over the state of Florida for a program. There's actually this is like a commercial here. Thank you very much. If you're a small business and you would like some help with getting some money from the IRS for free, call Bill Stevens.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes, I'm calling you now.
Well, we don't qualify because you got to have at least 5 employees, 5 W-2 employees.
Oh, I have no.
So apparently the feds, the one thing Washington does really good is give away money and tell you it's a great thing. Of course, they don't tell you that you're going to be paying for it in years to come. But for now, we're giving away money. And they are giving away a tax credit. They call it a credit, but it's basically a grant. It's basically a giveaway. You don't have to pay it back to businesses that went through the pandemic, because we can't say the C word, the pandemic, and either, had to, spend money to keep the doors open or pay employees, even though nobody was doing anything or anything like that. So it's called ERC, Employee Retention Credit. There's actually even TV commercials out there and all that. So all I'm doing is getting in touch with small to medium-sized businesses in my neighborhood and see if they would be interested in learning more about it. And if they do sign up for the program, I'm partnered with a company that does all the paperwork and does all the filing with the IRS. And then they get the refund and I make a little commission on it. So yay, it's kind of cool. And I'm just sending out emails. Hey, if you're interested, call me. No big deal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have.
So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
The only employee I have is me.
Yeah, me too.
But now I'm retired. I don't even have I don't even have a job at the moment.
No.
I didn't go to work last Sunday. It's retirement village for me.
That's right. I forgot. You didn't even go down to the radio station you've been doing. So you are like well and fully retired, which must give you tons of free time to help your wife packing up the house, right?
Well, yes, but
Don't lie.
I'm not even going to get into it.
Don't lie.
I have done some of the packing, some of it.
Good.
I haven't done a whole lot of it. But our deal was,
Yes.
if we moved into this place that she really liked,
Yes.
she would do all the packing. That was her
Really?
words. Yes, that was her words.
Why would she even agree to that?
She really likes this place. We saw it like maybe over a year ago.
You're talking about your new place.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
years ago they were
Yeah.
in the process of building. I think I told you the story.
Yeah.
We wanted one, but they were sold out. But they said they were building another phase to the development,
Right.
and that phase would have the units that she wanted. And so we said, here's our name, here's our number. Call us immediately when you start selling them again.
Oh, sure.
And
A salesman's dream.
just for a fluke, we said we should check in, just see how far they are away from starting the new, the new expansion or whatever.
Sure.
So we go in to ask them, oh, we're selling them now. We only have like 5 left. No one called us.
Really?
No, somewhere, somehow, I don't know. Maybe it was the salesperson that we talked to. Maybe it was their last day. I don't know. Maybe they said, I'm not going to be here. I won't make any money off of this.
Wow.
Just through our name. I don't know. But luckily, we were up in that area. My wife says, let's go see, let's just go see when they might be
Right.
starting this next development
Right.
or next.
And the answer was they'd already started it and almost sold it out, right, without even letting you know.
Yes.
Lame. That is so lame.
I know. But we did get one of the last units.
Good.
And, we are supposed to be in on the 25th, which is, well, gosh, how many days would that be? It's almost the 10th. So that'd be like 15 more days, right?
Right.
I'm not a mathematician, nor have I ever played one on television.
That makes 2 of us for sure. But I can look at a calendar and a little more than 2 weeks, a little less than 3. So
Yeah.
you're in the zone. You're in the zone. And we were talking before we started the episode that you're as currently the way the calendar looks, you've got about 5 days of homelessness coming up.
Yes. And we have begged, we have pleaded. Come on, let's hustle. Let's get this thing done.
Yeah.
You'll save us money.
Yeah.
You'll save us money if we can get in. Doesn't sound like they're going to save us money.
Well, they have, I hate to say it. They don't care. What do they care? They're going to finish it when they finish it.
Yeah, but they're going to get money when we close.
They're going to get money from you when they close, whether it's today or in a month. They're getting the same amount of money. So their incentive is 0. Sorry. I mean, I'm not sticking up for anybody, and I'm not, because business today can be so uncaring that it's not even funny. So just a little rant there.
They're probably too busy filing to get that extra tax credit.
ERC
going
credit.
through COVID.
Maybe so. They would be a company like that could probably make a pretty good chunk of change. So anyway, 2 weeks from now, well, let's say 3 weeks from now. So episode 20, episode 22, BJ Odom, new home. Put it on your calendar, folks. Check back in with us when that happens. Well, you should be checking in with us every week anyway.
Episode 21, I'll probably be doing this from my cell phone.
Oh, really?
As you can see now, see, we do this video conference thing.
Yes,
when we record our podcast.
We use a Zoom call to record the podcast.
So they can't see it, but boxes are slowly surrounding me.
Yes, they are.
And by next week, I'm probably going to be glued like this close to and I'm going to be this close, and there's going to be boxes everywhere that you look.
What you're lucky you missed it, folks. His face was pressed right up against the camera, and it was pretty gross. So it was disturbing. But I get it. I get it. So is it the scene behind you, piles of boxes? Is that just what it looks like throughout the house at this point?
Not really. I mean, This was like the beginning.
Oh, I see.
And I was thinking, well, maybe we could just fill this room and I can move my computer.
Right.
But now there's some boxes in the bedroom. There's some boxes in the living room. There's a lot of boxes in the hallway.
Right.
I'm still not knowing for sure how we're going to make this move possible.
Well, you are going to pay a lot of money to a moving company, and they will send strong young men in to move your boxes. But you're right. Where it's going to go and what you're going to do for those 5 days.
Well, here's the way I've worked out a new deal with them.
Oh,
they have a trailer. Now, how big this trailer is, I don't know, but I don't think they know how many boxes I have. But they go, if you've got a 2-bedroom home,
right,
with a den,
right,
we should be able to move your things
in one trailer. They don't. Period. No. Period. Your wife. Period.
But I have told them many times, I have a lot of boxes.
Okay, good. So at least they're not going to be totally shocked when they walk into BJ's house.
So what they're going to do, they're going to bring this trailer, and how big this trailer is, I really have no idea.
Okay.
Remember I said they could keep it on the truck for $200 a day?
Right.
With the trailer, they're going to do it for $100 a day.
Okay.
Well, it's going to cost me $300 just to get a storage unit to store it in.
Right.
So I'm figuring another couple $100, I'm going to save money if we can get it all on the trailer.
Well, sure, because you'd have to have them unloaded at the storage unit, load it back on, then unload it at your. So yeah, pack once. That sounds good. So then the trailer's just going to sit somewhere, at a Walmart parking lot until.
I don't think it's going to be at their location. I hope they're not just parking it at a Walmart. Well, maybe I do wish they were parking it.
Might be a good way to get rid of some extraneous stuff. But yeah, I hear you. Okay, cool. So it's going to stay parked somewhere for 5 days, $100 a day. Not a bad, like you said, if that's the worst thing that happens, that's not a bad thing.
And he also told me that if there are some big items left,
right,
that what they would do would take them to their location. I don't even know where that is, but they have a little bit of a storage, they can store some stuff there.
Yes.
So they said we'd take some of the bigger stuff, take it off, bring another truck, which obviously that's going to cost more too, though. But then they said they would take that off the truck and just keep it in their little storage area. And then, on the 25th, they will move it all into the new location.
Perfect.
So it's going to save me
assuming your builder gets the job done when as promised.
Oh, if he doesn't, I'm going to I might just say, keep my money. I'm going somewhere else. Because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, and I don't know if this is all over the country, but in Florida, people move in every day.
Oh, by the hundreds, if not thousands.
Of course, interest rates were lower.
Yes.
And the builders were building, a lot of times I remember when builders would build and wouldn't start the building until after they had it sold.
Right.
Well, that's not the case in Florida, at least anymore. They have been building so that, like my daughter's neighborhood, they continue to build all around that neighborhood because it's all townhouses.
Right.
And I would say probably a half, maybe a little more than half of what they're going to build as sold.
Sure.
But they're just going to continue to build. And so I'm seeing
on the assumption that they're going to sell them all. Sure.
Yeah. But I'm seeing all these ads now, like online and things like that. Check out this development. We now have new homes ready to move into now.
Right. Right. I've seen that. I mean, I'm in an area. Well, we're in Florida. It would be stupid to say, oh, there's a lot of construction here. You're in Florida. There's a lot of construction everywhere. Yes. So yes, but I have seen that too, that there are developments just right down the street from me here where it's like, hey, new home, move in ready is the word. Move in ready. That means we built it and now we need to sell it. So
maybe though. And also they've taken prices down.
Yes.
Maybe
Absolutely.
What I should do is go looking and say, well, you can keep my 12, 15 grand that you have in your pocket.
Ooh.
And I'm going to go somewhere else.
Oof.
And save that much money.
No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to play with fire like that. That's that. I hear you. Somebody else there might have a different opinion. So somebody named your wife.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But I was thinking maybe legally too. I mean, we did sign a contract.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But it has crossed my mind when I keep seeing these things pop up, ready to move, like you said, ready to move in homes. Now. Yep. I'm going, well, we need to move in now. We don't need to move in on the 25th.
The joys of home ownership and moving and all that fun stuff. And now you know why I still love my little man cave of an apartment. Thank you very much.
Well, I've told the wife, if and when it's just me, it's going to be just a little. I first started telling her it'd be a 20-inch trailer. And then as our conversations went on the other day, I said, I might splurge and get me a 24-foot trailer camper.
Okay. I think she's outliving you, but that's just my guess.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
but
I think
I would be perfectly happy in that.
You see, but I know, and I'm showing off my little itty bitty. It's not a little itty bitty apartment. It's 900 square feet. It's fine. It's great. I love it. It's wonderful. When this is done, I'm going to go sit out on my patio out there, drink my coffee, enjoy the day, and it's fabulous. And I don't care. The lawn is taken care of. The pool is. I know yours would be too. But if something happens inside here, they fix it. It's okay. I don't want to get into that big discussion of buying versus renting. But
I think the only person that would be very sad if I bought the 24-foot trailer,
yes,
is my son.
And why is that?
He owns about 3 acres.
I
told him that that's where the trailer is going.
Oh yeah, no, thanks, Dad. No, you are not parking your trailer on my property. No. That's a can of worms that you don't even want to open that can of worms. So,
now I will say this, and I don't know if you know about, not mobile homes, but camper homes and things like that. The previous owner had one of those, mobile homes, you drive around.
Right.
And, I don't know if you know the difference between brown water and gray water or whatever. But it has sewage to hook up your black water, which is your poo-poo.
Right. You're talking about on your son's property?
Yeah. There's actually a connection where they would pull their camper and it goes like into their septic system.
Okay.
And it's already built there. They also have a little electric box right there. And there's an overhead where you can drive it in there. That's where my 24-foot trailer would go.
Okay, all of a sudden, this is sounding better and better now. This is just got to get approval from the son. Maybe not.
We were teasing him about it. And I think he kind of thinks in the back of his mind, could this really happen?
Yeah, he's like, oh. Yeah, no. I get it. I mean, I understand. Before she passed, I lived with my mother for about 1.5 years, 2 years to get her affairs in order and close up her house and move her into a nursing home and all of that. And even at our age or whatever, it never changes. That dynamic between parent and child, it never changes that I noticed. It's like, oh God, she's still the mom and I'm still the 7-year-old or whatever. So yeah, you don't want to put your son through that. No, you don't want to do that. So
now one good thing though would be, like now when we go there, because the wife and I will go there once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
He has he actually built this. It was going to be like a storage, I don't know what it was going to be, but it wasn't going to be like another bedroom or like a little, it basically fits a bed and a TV and a nightstand. And that's about it.
Okay.
Well, that's where we sleep when we go there.
Right.
I've even teased him before. I can just take this room over.
Yeah.
Don't even have to buy that 24-foot trailer now.
You're giving the boy nightmares.
Oh,
you're just giving.
Did you hear my wife?
Nightmares. No, I didn't hear that. What?
And you're already packed.
Get out. Go. Have fun on your own. Yeah, I hear you. All right, fine. Well, that's the BJ Odom saga when it comes to moving and where he's going to live. And all we can say, folks, is stay tuned for the next exciting adventure. So there you go.
The next episode, it'll be recorded here in my home.
Okay.
The one after that,
who knows?
Unless we do 2 in a row that week, but probably not. I like to be up to date where I can say the Bucks have made the playoffs and they'll be playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, they will.
I'm just hoping. I don't see them going very far.
I don't either. You're talking about the Bucks now. We're transitioning to the football thing, which I love that. So yes, I hear you. I don't see him going very far either. And I don't see Tom Brady staying for another year.
Now, are you saying you don't see Tom Brady staying in Tampa for another year? Or are you saying I don't see Tom Brady playing another year?
Hear that pregnant pause? I don't know that. Did you watch the game the other day? Now, as we record this, Tampa Bay played the game to get into, even though they lost, they're still in the playoffs, which is funny because Dallas lost and is still in the playoffs. Tampa Bay lost and are still in the playoffs, and they will meet each other. So somebody's got to win. So anyway, they let the backups, Trask and Gabbert play a little bit in the game, to get some practice in. And one of the, they showed Tom Brady on the sidelines, and one of the announcers said, he looks like a little kid who had his toys taken away. And if he's not playing football, he's not a happy guy. I just get that impression. So you asking me, do I think that he's done playing football? No, I don't think he's done playing football. I think he just is going to play until they literally have to carry him off. I mean, not in a bad way. I'm just saying, Tom, well, thanks. It's been nice. You've been playing now
no one's hiring
60s.
you.
Now you're getting out. So the question then becomes, where would he go? And after watching Aaron Rodgers totally mail it in the other night against Detroit and get beat, I'm like, Green Bay's not bad. Although I don't know if Tom Brady wants to go back to the snow, but Green Bay, pick your California teams, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Same question to you, Mr. Odom.
I've heard the rumors that
I've heard him.
He would like to maybe go back for one final season.
Go back. Oh, just to play again.
No, but go back to his original team.
Oh, go back to New England?
Yeah, and play with Belichick. And also, his good buddy Gronk said if he went there, he would return for one more season too.
Gronk's going to play in a wheelchair. He don't care. I get it. I don't know that I don't think I heard that rumor. That's super interesting.
And also
the parade would be as big as New Year's. I mean, they would welcome him back like a returning, king.
And the Miami thing is still kind of floating around, but I think they're pretty well set with the quarterback unless he gets injured again. Then they may have that conversation.
Yeah, I don't. That's a good idea.
I don't think he would go to a team to play as the backup quarterback.
Oh, hell. HE double hockey sticks. No, he would. There's no way he's going anywhere to play backup. No.
But no matter what, no matter what. And I do think there may be another season. I'm kind of on the fence, but it definitely will not be with the Bucks. That would surprise me majorly.
Okay. I get that. I do. I get that. Having watched the two other quarterbacks play the other night, I'm not happy with the prospects, but we'll see. Now, of course, where I'm at in Gaines, I get my choice here in Gainesville. Hey, go Jaguars. Go Jags.
Well, they won like the last 8. Is that what it is?
What's that?
The Jaguars. Have they won like the last 8 or what? There's one team that's won like the last 8.
I think it's just 6, but you might be right. I mean, 6 out of 8 or something like that in the last 8 games or so. Yeah. Terrific. Yeah. Love it. Awesome.
And wait, is tonight the night also? Oh, you're not with your lady friend.
I am not. Oh, you're right.
Isn't tonight the night? The
tonight is as we record
Bulldogs.
this. As we record this, tonight is the College Football National Championship. Georgia Bulldogs, TCU Horned Frogs. What the heck is a horned frog anyway? And yes,
the frog with horns on it.
Frog with horns. and yes, a lady friend in South Georgia is already got big party plans. And yeah, I'm not going to go up there for a Monday night or whatever. So yeah, I'll be watching, and she and I will be texting or what. No, I'm not going to. No, I'll be here. She's got a big neighborhood party or something like that where she lives. It's too crazy. And, what am I going to do? Go Bobcats, Ohio University, whatever. I'm like, I always tell people where I went to college, we didn't even have a football team, which we did, but it was so bad that it didn't matter. So anyway.
They didn't have one at my college either.
Well, you went to what? Rensselaer Technical Institute or something?
It wasn't even a technical institute.
Oh, okay. It was like a community college.
You graduate, you're gone.
Yeah. How many people went there when you were going there? How many people were going there? Do you know?
What, my high school?
No, your college.
I never.
I know.
The only thing I did in college,
right?
After I graduated, I did have a chance to go to Vincennes University, which is in southern Indiana.
Right.
Did not end up going. I ended up taking a full-time job at the radio station in my hometown of Rensselaer, Indiana. But I did, because I told you my goal in life was to, be an actor.
Right.
So they did have some drama classes at St. Joseph College, which did have a football team.
Wow.
But I only took I took 2 classes, 2 different semesters, and they were only I think one was an improv none of them were really serious get a degree classes.
Okay.
It was just kind of like, I'm out of school. They offer these classes. I think I'm going to go and do it. So I think it was one of them, was drama. And the other one was I don't know what it was like. They were both in that vein.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe both of them were, or maybe one was radio, television, and one was drama. I'm not for sure. But it wasn't even at the same time. It's not like I had, more than 3 classes a week when I did go.
little BJ Odom history there, ladies and gentlemen. A little history and
no college for me.
What's that?
No college for me.
No college, and that's okay.
And it shows.
Totally okay. Well, I don't. You know what? I went. I have a 4-year degree. Sure, I get it. I couldn't tell you what I learned that here it is, 45 years later, who knows? So I couldn't tell you what I learned that I'm still putting to work now, but I don't know. I don't know. It's for you and I, who was in the radio, TV, that, kind of space. It's like, okay, yeah, great. You went to school, you got a degree, get out there and get a job, because your career path and my career path were similar, if not very close. And I had the degree and you did not. And what difference does it make 45 years later? Zero. So anyway, there's another Bill rant.
My I don't want to talk where maybe he doesn't want this information out there.
Uh-oh.
My son has a GED.
Right.
He makes more than both of us.
Both of us put together by a 10X. Absolutely,
in our careers.
Yeah. And I've talked to young people believe me, I've done my share of, high school, and I know you've done it too. Talk to school kids or whatever. And nowadays it's like my best advice. I don't care about the education. Find something you love doing, and then find a way that thing solves a problem for other people, and then go build a business around that. As something as stupid simple, and I don't want to say stupid, I take that back. It's not stupid simple. Something as, I love gardening, I love growing plants. Great, start a landscaping business. You'll make a ton of money because you love it and you enjoy it, and you will love sharing that with other people, and other people will pay you to make their lawn nice and green and their gardens nice and pretty and colorful and all. And whatever, find a thing that you love doing, find a problem that it solves for other people, go and make a business about that. Done.
I give me an idea how I can do this. Sitting at home with my remote watching television.
Yeah, great. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't solve.
I want a business. I need that business.
I hear you. Doesn't solve a problem for anybody. I hear you. But yeah, being a couch spud doesn't really solve any problems for anybody, right? I had a friend in a guru, again, another guy in the network marketing business, who used to say, I'm so doggone busy, I would pay somebody to do sit-ups for me if I could. I'm like, okay, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Doesn't really work that way.
Although I have, not that I've ever applied for one, but they made me wonder. Like, there are some things out there that I've at least seen on the internet, but not everything you see on the internet is true.
You don't say.
No, I don't say, but I
anyway,
will say.
On the internet.
But like, you can, make like, money, like watching television, like new shows, this kind of like being like, rate this new television show. We're going to show you 3 episodes.
Right.
I know those jobs are available. How you get them, I have no idea.
When you say job, I hear you. It's not like, I don't know that somebody's actually going to come right out and pay you for that. But I mean, what if you started a YouTube channel and rated TV shows, and you were really funny and really, you're a comedian. You were funny and insightful, and you had cool things to say, fun things to say, and you just rated TV shows. And you got yourself 100,000 subscribers or whatever. And now advertisers are coming to you and saying, hey, we got this widget, this gadget, this service, whatever. Can we advertise it on your channel? Yes, you can. Thank you very much.
I just figured I'd start a podcast.
Here we are starting a podcast. So yes. So yeah, I'm sure the 6-figure income will start rolling in any minute now.
Why? I've never made 6 figures before. Why should it start now?
Well, we got to have a little discussion about mindset there, BJ Odom. We do, but I get it. I do totally get it. So yeah,
hey,
whatever it is. What?
It's time to take a break.
It is. We will be back in a minute. Go fix yourself your second round of whatever beverage you are enjoying, and remember, folks. Now, see, here's where we make our money. Your commercial could go right here.
And don't turn off the commercial that's about to play either.
Yeah, no. Just listen carefully to whatever comes next, and we will be right back. Welcome back. I'm Bill Stevens. That's BJ Odom over there. And this is the BJ and Bill podcast. By the way, if you do want to get in touch and give us your business ideas, feel free to reach out. Our email address, bjandbillpodcast@gmail.com. Spell out the A-N-D, bjandbillpodcast@gmail. Or if you're on Facebook, just look up our page, which is exactly the same, BJ and Bill Podcast, on the big book of faces.
And if you have one of those Amazon ladies, just say, well, you don't say Amazon lady, but you know what you would say.
Right.
If you have the Amazon lady.
Yes.
And then just tell her to play BJ and Bill, the podcast on Apple.
I have mine. Look, I'm holding it up right here. I'm holding it. Here's Bill modeling his gizmo. All right, let's try it. So we have to say Amazon lady, and then we have to say what now?
Play
Uh-huh.
BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Alexa, play BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Getting the J and B podcast from iHeartRadio. Just so you know,
J and
while
B?
you're listening, you can ask me to fast forward.
Alexa, stop.
J
and B? No.
Let me try it.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I'll hold you up to the thing. Go ahead.
Alexa, play BJ and Bill, the podcast from Apple.
Getting J and B podcast from iHeartRadio. Here's the latest.
Alexa,
episode.
stop. She's stuck on this J and B thing. Alexa, play the BJ and Bill podcast.
Playing the J and B podcast.
Alexa, stop.
from
All right.
Once she gets on a thing, she wants you to listen no matter how hard you try to
I think
change
you're
her
right.
mind.
I think you're right. I'm putting her back on the shelf. Alexa, back on the shelf for you.
Now, my son, he has one called the Outcast Playground. I mean, the Outcasts podcast. That's the name of it.
Outcast podcast.
And I have told her to play that a million times, and all she will do is play Outcast. There's a group called Outcast.
Yes.
She will play their music. No, I don't want that.
No.
I want Outcast, the podcast. And then we get in a big screaming match and I lose.
Aren't you tired of having screaming matches with women?
I should be.
All right. Never mind. Sorry about that, Susan, wherever you are.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
she might have went to she has crafts. Down at the clubhouse, they do crafts.
Uh-huh.
But she does knitting, and other ladies do knitting, and
Cool.
they even have some guys down there that do, it's like whatever your craft is, it's not like a specific craft.
Oh, it's just
So
come in
whenever
and what if mine is bourbon?
Hey, I say this is my craft right here. I drink my craft bourbon and my craft beer.
Yeah.
I'll sit here
Mixology. My craft is mixology.
I'll sit here for an hour and a half with you ladies. Although like I said, there is a few guys, my wife says, that, is in the little.
And you're not interested?
No.
I hear you. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
what? The light bulb just went off for BJ Odom. What is going on over there?
Somebody even sent me this, but I have got to share the news with Bill Stevens.
I'm listening.
And I've got to ask Bill Stevens if he would be interested at all in playing this.
Oh my goodness.
Are you ready?
Do I have a choice?
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nude pickleball is taking off. Clothing optional resorts across the country has advertised the pickleball facilities. Now, you've told me in the past that pickleball does have young and old players.
Yes, it does.
But in a neighborhood like mine, it's mostly old.
I hear you.
I don't know how enjoyable nude pickleball would be, but it is sweeping across the country.
Says who? This is honestly the first I have heard. He's holding up his phone to the screen. I can't really see it because it's so bright and washed out, but I'll take your word for it. I will look that up. Now, like you said, your neighborhood, mostly, shall we say, senior citizens. My neighborhood, tomorrow morning, I go and I play at one of the local parks up here, one of the parks and rec places. Well, if you go in the evening, because that's when all the college kids and the high school kids come out. That might be a little more interesting, but no. Now,
since you are a computer person, I don't know if you use this or not.
What's
that?
You
use Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
I just sent it.
Oh, cool. I'll look it up.
You can see
that's scary as all get out, but I will look it up after the show so I don't, have a heart attack while we're watching the.
No, they have smiley faces. They have smiley faces over the parts that they don't want you to see.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Yeah. A little smiley face in the appropriate place would be much appreciated. Now, is it old folks or young folks in the picture? Oh, he's going to put his glasses on. Okay. All right. Hang on. I'm going to fire up Messenger over here on my computer. Messenger. Okay. Hang on. And there it is, getting started. Yep.
Oh.
Dun, dun,
Hey, that one guy looks pretty older.
Oh, there you go. Beach. Oh, is taking off. Yeah, ha ha ha. Nude pickleball is taking off. Ha ha ha. All right, and it's on a Facebook post, of course. And oh, that's an old guy. Oh, that's an old guy.
Thank goodness he's got the smiley face over the
Oh
privates.
my God. Well, it's a pickleball. It's not a smiley face. It's a pickleball. Clothing optional resorts across the country are advertising their pickleball facilities, holding tournaments and putting in more courts to meet the demand. Learn more on how nude pickleball is taking out. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Now I'm in a pickleball group on Facebook. I'll have to post that. I'll have to share that to the group and hope I don't get kicked out. So,
that shows that Jay Yandel, who works at the podcast Playground, must listen to our show quite often.
Right.
He had to send that to me.
Oh man. Thank you, Jay, but no thank you, Jay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Awesome. Appreciate it. Woof. Moving on.
Oh, you want to move on?
Why? You got more nude pickleball?
No.
Good.
Now, this is something I don't know if we want to talk about or not.
Okay.
Because, people could listen in on our Wi-Fi, but people that have strange names for their Wi-Fi. What do you call your Wi-Fi?
What do you call you're right, your Wi-Fi network. Mine. I don't even know what mine is. Hang on. I'll tell you exactly what mine is, because obviously you're not in my neighborhood. Oh, mine's really, really, really hard to figure out. Mine is BillNet.
Oh,
yeah. Really tough, right? Now, when I lived in Sarasota, I was in a condo, of course, that, had like 6 different Wi-Fis all around, all the neighbors above, below, side by side. Somebody somewhere at the condo that I lived at in Sarasota had a Wi-Fi network whose name was, I'm not kidding, FBI Surveillance Network. And I'm thinking, that's either the cleverest thing or the best hiding in plain sight I've ever seen. So that was cool. So Wi-Fi network names. Yeah.
Here's one that I really like.
Go for it.
Click here for virus.
I love that. Clever.
Yeah. Who's going to click on your Wi-Fi if it says that?
Click here for virus. Now, can I see any other networks? All right. I'm going to click. Oh, they're all right. So one of them says most of them are just names and numbers. So nobody's changed anything, which means I could probably hack into their stuff pretty easy. One of them says Bentley, which I think is the neighbor's dog. I'm not sure. Another one just says pretty. Really? Pretty? Uh-oh. And now my phone's ringing. So hang on, let me turn that off.
Maybe you should go out there
and the other ones are just ID numbers. So pretty boring. Got to tell you, pretty boring.
Well, next time you see a pretty girl out there, you should say, "Hey, is your Wi-Fi pretty?"
I know, right? I know. And I actually live in an apartment with some actual young ladies. So I mean, not in my apartment, but I mean around the neighborhood, not like, you old folks there. So
here's one for you.
What?
Vladimir Computing.
Vladimir Computing. That's clever. And you'll yes.
Ours here, since I'm moving, I guess I can say it.
Sure.
Bubba Sue.
What?
Bubba Sue.
And it doesn't matter if people know your network name or not, because you need the password to log in. So you could, it's all, I fired up the network here on my computer and it's like, there's 10 of them, in the neighborhood here. And it's like, okay, fine, but unless you have the password, you're not going to do any damage. So that's fine.
Ours is really weird here. And I will miss that in the new place. Maybe I can buy one. We have like a computer system that has Wi-Fi in the box where, you put all that stuff for the ring and everything else.
Sure.
And it has its own like numbers. You could change it probably, obviously, but it has its numbers and everything else. And it has its password. And then we have what you call a Rufus or something. It's up in the middle of the house, up in the roof, and you connect your Wi-Fi that you have to that Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
And well, actually,
Spreads it around the house.
yeah, that has a Ethernet. How you say that? Ethernet?
Ethernet.
I call it internet.
I say Ethernet, some Ethernet, whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, there's actually a wire that connects to that directly from your internet.
Okay.
And it's like a Wi-Fi for the whole house.
Yes.
Which is
range
cool.
extender is what they call
Yeah.
it. Yes. That's cool.
I'm gonna have to get one of those in my new place.
Is your house that big that you would not get Wi-Fi in some? Well, that's a techie thing. Who cares? But yeah, that's cool.
1,600 square feet.
That's cool. That's cool. My Wi-Fi thing sits over there by my little fake gas fireplace, and it blasts all around the house, and it blasts to my TV. I got my YouTube TV, no cable needed. Thank you very much. And I love that. I just think it's the greatest. So yeah, I love it. Anyway, Wi-Fi is a wonderful thing, even though it's probably giving us all cancer.
I don't know though. It makes magnets stick to me. Oh wait, no, that's
something else entirely. That's something. Besides, you didn't get it, I thought, or did you? I forget.
No, I did.
You got the jab? Okay.
I've been jabbed 4 times now.
Oh man.
I've got quadruple jab, baby.
Oh man. You're lucky you're still alive. I get it.
I know.
That's awesome.
But let me see if I can find some metal. I'll show you how cool it is, man.
But magnets
right
stick
to
to
my arm.
That's a great. I've heard that rumor, and I think I've seen it on YouTube, but of course I don't believe it. But it would be interesting to see. Well, whatever. Now we're going to get in trouble for talking about all that stuff. So never mind.
And I don't want to go. Well, I want to go into this subject. Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I don't want to go into what I saw that kind of like irked me, because then we're going back to the virus thing. And,
okay.
The jab.
The jab.
Because some people were saying, that this poor football player.
Oh yeah.
Got the jab, and that's why his poor little heart gave out.
I am an inquiring mind, and I would like to know more about that. I'm not making any assumptions, but I would like to know more about that. Now,
what I've heard and what I believe is probably the case, because I know a little bit about this, not a lot,
right?
A little about, because I do have a heart electrician.
You spend more time in hospitals and with doctors than anybody I know. So if anybody knows anything, it's going to be you.
So I have the heart electrician.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that the heart works off of electrical inputs.
Yes.
That's what makes it beat.
Yes.
Well, what was said over, the news that I saw, and I saw it a couple of times, read it, but it's harder when you read it because it's got big words. And I'm just going to put it in layman's terms. Supposedly, this is like a once in a million chance, but his heart got hit just as the electric shock to make it beat.
Right.
Hit.
Right.
And it just threw it completely out of whack. And I know, I've heard of that. I mean, I've heard you could get hit in the chest. Exactly right. And it can stop your heart.
I heard that theory too. I'm skeptical just because of so many people playing football on so many levels. And this is literally the first I've ever heard of it. In 100 years of playing football, I'm sure other people have had injuries and whatever.
Yeah, there was one other, what I think I saw it on ESPN. Right. There was one other that had passed.
Right.
Cardiac arrest on the football field.
I get it. I'm very skeptical of that.
But the heart is a funny thing anyway. I mean, there are people that are in their 20s that have had heart attacks.
Yes.
So, I mean, but nonetheless, going back to the situation, which I just find incredible and amazing. One, I know a lot of people are upset with the NFL and they got this and that to say about the NFL.
Mm.
And I've even saw some comments. I don't watch the NFL. I don't care. This guy's no hero. This guy's nobody special, blah, 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 blah. But this is just me, would maybe put this guy, maybe not as a hero, more of a saint. Because there is 2 political parties that are major political parties.
Right.
Never have they drawn the country together.
Oh,
This guy pretty much drew the company together.
country together. Yes, I agree.
There are people that have never prayed once in their lifetime, probably. And those people were praying. You've never seen two teams on a football field weeping and praying
together.
Yeah. So, I mean, and thank God he's doing better. And I just read something this morning. He should be home within the next week.
Good.
So I don't know how his rehab will be. I don't know if he'll ever be able to play football. I don't know all those answers, but he's going home in probably within the next week.
Well, that's good, of course.
But I still think, I know stranger things have happened. And I bet people that had never prayed before and heard all these people praying for this young man.
Right.
And all of a sudden he's there. Because I really did. Watching the television and watching the news for the first 24 hours, nobody seemed to know what was going on, what his condition was. And I heard one commentator say it was a lot like, and I think I said this last week on the show, this was a lot like the Dale Earnhardt situation, the way everyone acted.
I don't remember you saying that. What do you mean? What?
Well,
tell me more.
Just the way the responders went to the situation,
Right.
everything the way, I don't know, it all seemed very familiar to them is what they were saying. Because, I mean, when there's a major situation, you can kind of tell by the reaction
Sure.
of the people that are working on the situation.
Sure.
And so, I don't know. It's just, it's truly amazing. And I mean, people that never prayed had prayed. And I think people that have never prayed who heard all these people praying, and all of a sudden the guy is 2 days later doing really good. 3 days later off the ventilator. They might be going, maybe this praying stuff has something. Maybe there's something to it. I even thought, man, and I hate to say this, but in the back of my mind I said, well, everybody's praying about this. If he doesn't make it, it's going to make me kind of wonder about prayer.
I hear that. And yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, people pray for a lot of things that don't happen.
Yeah.
But what you said makes good sense in that all these people, so many people coming together with one clear intention. Ooh, that's good. One powerful, clear intention. We want this guy to, to get better, to survive, to go home, to be safe, to whatever. So yeah, I agree with you. I think, that's good. I mean, even regardless of your religious beliefs or whatever, they're all over the map. Of course, everybody has their own, of course. But yeah, when everybody, like you said, when everybody has one thing to focus on, maybe, and so there you go, BJ. That should, I hate the word should. Perhaps that would be a good choice for us as Americans to make when it comes to our prayers for this country. I don't care what political party is running it. I don't care what man, woman is running things. I think it would be powerful and beneficial for all of us as Americans to pray for the well-being of this country. True. That we get our stuff together in whatever that looks like. But it doesn't look like, somebody posted on Twitter last night, I was reading that somebody posted, isn't it weird that one side completely, that there's this group of people in power and they are divided in half. And part of us believes that one half are idiots and that the other half is going to save us from those idiots. And both sides have people that believe exactly the same thing.
Yep.
So don't you think it might be more important that we pray for something that we can all agree on? And that is, again, the prosperity, the whatever, the good health, whatever that looks like, of this country, regardless of our political persuasion.
Well, not to get political.
We just did, so it's okay. Go for it.
But one party can be totally for something.
Yes.
4 years, they can be totally for this.
Yes.
The party changes, who was totally against it.
Mm-hmm.
And the parties change. And now you know that must have been a good thing because this party now supports it.
Yeah.
Well, what's really weird,
What's changed?
the party that went 4 years supporting it,
Right.
now they don't support it anymore.
Which only proves our point, which is we should be praying for the benefit and the goodness of this whole country and not just any particular group within this country.
Here,
So, rant over.
The way I watch it, there's going to be a little bit more left in the rant. The
Okay.
way I watch it, it's almost like a football contest or a sporting contest.
Okay. How so?
Team A is doing everything possible to bring down Team B.
Right.
Team B, on the same note, is doing everything possible to take out Team A.
That's correct.
And that's all. And that is not good for anybody.
Not any of us regular people out here living outside the beltway, as they say, as the cliche goes. Yes,
Yeah.
you're so right. You're so right. What can we do to get back to the business of actually running this country in the best way possible? I do have a 1 minute rant left, and I'll give and then you can see. I'm curious to see what you think about it. I thought, and I don't watch. I've graduated from, I don't watch politics anymore. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch any of that. But I was enthralled, mesmerized, connected, watching, like sitting in front of a movie screen, watching Avatar. I watched with great interest the fact that it took 15 ballots or something to get this guy, this new Senate or House Majority Leader McCarthy, in place. And not everybody, some of the media were saying, oh my God, this is a travesty. This is terrible. This is horrible. It shows the worst of Washington. And I'm thinking, and I'm not alone, I actually saw somebody else mention this, so I agree with them, that was the best thing in politics I've seen in a long time. It's called hashing it out and making things happen and doing deals. And we, as Americans, got to watch the deals being made, got to see the people saying what they wanted, and got to figure out, okay, this guy wants this and this lady wants this, and where do they meet in the middle and how do they make it work, rather than simply saying, oh gosh, we're going to send another $50 billion to some country having a war with somebody we have no connection to. There's a rant for you. And now I'm done with it. So I love the fact we should do that more often. We should do that with everything. Apparently the rant wasn't over. We should do that with everything this government needs to decide, especially when it comes to the money that you're taking out of my pocket and BJ's pocket and sending to somebody else. I want it hashed out. I want to see the arguments over that. I want you to convince me why it's a good idea.
Well, the problem is too, and we're going to, I guess, continue the rant here.
Yes, we are.
But the problem is too, I wish, and I have said this for years, once I kind of learned politics and the way Washington worked and everything else, we need one item bills.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The bill does not Bill Stevens, but the bill that we're going to pass. This is exactly what this bill does.
Yes.
Nothing else. Doesn't give this person money. Doesn't do this. Doesn't do that.
No.
It does this one thing.
Right.
That would help the world. Because now you can hear something like, well, this party wants this and this. You know, this party's trying to push this bill. But then they say, well, what it is, they don't want to help our veterans.
Right.
Well, there might be a good veterans part in there, but there's 20 million other things in there too.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. We're building a park for children in downtown, Poughkeepsie. We're building, we're built that, infamous bridge to nowhere. I don't even remember where it was, but yes, millions and millions, billions and billions, trillions of dollars going to things that have no bearing on what this, like you said, this one bill should be covering. So yeah, I'm all for that. Go for it.
We could.
How do we make that happen?
We could fix Washington in a week if we were there.
Get McCarthy on the phone right now. It's easy. It is. And that's why, that's why I enjoyed and appreciated the past several days so much, to say, we're not, the old ways of doing stuff, not anymore. We're done with that. Now it's time to, actually, well, who knows how that works? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out as the year goes by. Call me back when we get to episode 40 and then we'll find out.
No, I don't know if we'll find out by then or not, but we can work on it anyway.
We'll work on it. All right. All of a sudden it's a political show. Look at that. Wow. Woo.
Welcome to Rush. And let me see. We could trying to think of what conservative.
Rush and I'm actually enjoying I'm watching some of his YouTube stuff, so I only take him in small doses, but I'm actually enjoying oh damn, I forgot his name. I must not love him that much. It's not Rush, it's the other one. It's Blaze Media. What's his name? And he was on in Fort Myers for a while. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm gonna YouTube him and I'll let you know in 2 seconds, but keep talking. So yeah.
But anyway, what I love about Rush Limbaugh was he was a shock jock before he became a political commentator.
That's right.
He was a shock jock. He was a jock that a lot of conservatives would have thought, oh my God, who can listen to this guy?
Right.
And now I believe everything he says.
Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck is the other one I was thinking of. And I used to listen to him quite a bit, years and years and years back in the days when BJ and Bill were on the air. I'd be driving home and he would be on middays with somebody and I would listen. And then he went off the deep end. And now I think he's kind of coming back a little more, because I watched a video of him the other day where he said basically he hates both sides. And I'm like, good for you.
Isn't that what we just kind of said? Isn't that what we just kind of said?
I think it is pretty much what we just kind of said. Yes, it is. It is. I was in before BJ and Bill, I worked at a all news talk station in Phoenix, Arizona. And that was so long ago that we literally, when our midday slot came open, the management had this brilliant idea of, we're not going to hire anybody locally. We're going to put this guy Rush Limbaugh on. And nobody knew who he was. Nobody. And it took off like a rocket and never looked back. And we were like, wow, really? So that was interesting. That was fun.
Now, this was after the BJ and Bill show. A lot of people in Southwest Florida will recognize these call letters. WINK AM.
Of course.
And they were the people that had Rush Limbaugh. Mm-hmm. They were the people that had Beck. They were the people that had Hannity. But they wanted a show in the afternoon that didn't talk political,
really?
But it talked basically pop culture, things like this. They didn't want no political from 3 until 6.
Really?
Guess who took that job on?
Wouldn't be BJ Odom, would it?
Yes, it would have.
Wow.
I would try to do everything in my power to keep it non-political.
How'd that work out for you?
Wasn't gonna happen. I think that show went on the air for maybe 4 months tops.
Right.
And they said, this isn't working. I says, no, it's not.
Well, that would be like BJ and Bill at Oldies 95. And then from 3 to 6, we're going to play classical music. It's just, it's not your audience. It's not what you have built. It's not you've made this bed, now sleep in it.
They wanted something upbeat and non-political for people to drive home to.
Nice try.
It did not work. And I had a very short-lived career that go around at Wink AM.
As a talk show host. That's awesome. I don't think I knew that. That was after?
That was after BJ and Bill, yes, by a long shot.
And then
that was
it
Groovin'?
because BJ and Bill were also on, what was that country stuff that we did in the Wink building?
I think it might have. Well, maybe it was before that. I don't know if it was
might have
before
been
or after
that. Yeah, I think so.
Can't remember.
I don't either.
I can't remember who even called me and wanted to know if I would do it. It was that long. I mean, it was a while back, but I remember, and it did not work. Well, let me see. Hannity wouldn't have been as big because that would have been Hannity's spot.
Right.
So it had been before Hannity really became big in the conservative radio market. But Rush was there. I came right out of the Rush Limbaugh show.
Oh,
the Rush Limbaugh show. All right, we're going to talk everything but no politics.
Oh, man. Oh, you could hear radios clicking all over town.
It was
all right, BJ Odom. We're going overtime today here, but that's okay. We kind of got off on a little rant, and I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Oh man, I don't even want to think back on that 3 or 4. I'll tell you what the hardest part about doing talk radio was. You want to know?
Tell me.
You have a producer.
Yes.
We've had producers before, even producing the BJ and Bill show.
Sure.
But in these, they sit there where they answer the phones, kind of like your phone screener and everything else. They talk in your ear the entire time
while you're trying to talk.
Well, I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to keep a conversation. They are talking in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
That drove me crazy. I was not used to that. I was not used to have someone else's voice in my ear talking to me while I was trying to concentrate on talking to other people. So for anybody who's in talk radio, you're pretty daggone damn talented.
That's awesome. I used to, when I was in college, I was the studio announcer for the college television. We had a public television station, and I sat in basically a little closet, a soundproof closet, with a notebook full of all the announcements and everything. And I was they rather than do it recorded, they had a live announcer, like between commercials or whatever. Join us tomorrow night for Nature on PBS. That kind of thing. And the announcer would whisper just a tiny bit in my ear because a show would end and we did local news at 10 p.m. And so I would have to do the station ID. And depending on when the show would end, the director would whisper in my ear, "Okay, Bill, we need a 13-second ID here." And I would go, "Okay." And I didn't say anything. He'd just whisper in my ear. I'd flip the notepad to the 13-second ID, WOUB TV, Athens, Ohio, and WOUC TV, Cambridge, Ohio, broadcast services of the Ohio University Telecommunications Center. How's that? Still remember after 50 years.
Yeah.
And then just literally a split second before the top of the hour, the director would whisper in my ear, "Bill, what time is it?" And I would go, "It's 10 o'clock. And it would go ding, and the news would start.
Real quick, I know we got to get out of here, but
we got to get out of here.
This is pre BJ and Bill. Another one of my
well, that one was so pre BJ and Bill, it was pre everything.
This is like Wink. I was in that building 4 different times. Let's just say that, maybe even 5.
Right.
But I was on Wink FM, my very first radio job in Fort Myers, Florida. I did afternoons on Wink FM. And they would always bring me, which our listeners not going to know unless they've been in radio, a big box of carts, a huge box of carts.
Right.
And my job was to, all right, here's who's on Oprah today at 4. Here's who was on Oprah tomorrow at 4.
Right.
And they gave me all the voiceover stuff.
Right.
And they told me exactly how long it all had to be. And I sat with probably, I'm going to guess 50 to 100 carts.
Wow.
They were already labeled.
Right.
Like Oprah today, Oprah. And I would have to read all of those. And then, or I think
while the music's playing, while the song's playing, you're recording the announcements.
Yeah. Oprah Monday, Oprah Tuesday.
Right.
No, I had a specific time that the studio was mine.
Okay.
But yeah, it was all from, and Joe Massey, right?
Sure.
His lovely wife at the time was working for Wink TV. She was the one that dropped off all the tape cartridges every week. Then I would record them. She'd pick them up. And I remember listening to TV because, I was pretty young in my broadcast career. I go,
right.
This is so cool. That was me on TV. You hear me on TV?
I know, right?
Mama, turn on the TV
I'm on TV. I'm on TV. Well, your voice is on TV. You're not so much you, but that's awesome. That is awesome. So there's a little BJ and Bill history there from set the Wayback Machine for way back there. Previous century. Okay. All right, boys and girls. Boy, did we get off on some rants today. I love that, though. That's great stuff. Awesome. Appreciate it. As always, feel free to share your rant at BJ and Bill Podcast at gmail.com or go to the Facebook page, BJ and Bill Podcast on Facebook. Look us up and leave your rant or comment or question or whatever you choose to leave, because we'll check it out for sure.
Yep.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. Yep, that's going to do it for this week, folks. Have yourself a great week. We'll see you next week right here, right at the same time. Until then, here's BJ Odom to tell you,
see ya!